Good evening, sir. How can I help you? We need to have a little chat.
How should you handle this situation? Can you slam the door on the officer's foot? Should you even open the door in the first place? I'm Virginia lawyer Andrew Flushy, and this channel is about defending your rights. Today, we're defending your castle. Now, an officer likely wouldn't just shove his foot in the door right when he first comes up. It would probably happen a little more like this.
Good evening, sir. How can I help you? I'm doing an investigation and need to talk with the guy who lives here. We got a call from your neighbor that a dispute is going on. Will you step out here and talk with me for a moment? No, thank you. I think I'll just stay inside.
Smart man. He probably watched my other video where I explained that you should never simply exit your home for the police. While you're inside your home, you have a lot of protections due to the Constitution, and the police would either need a search warrant or an arrest warrant to enter your home to get you out. But if you voluntarily leave your home on the police's request, then they may have the ability to arrest you right there on your front porch without a warrant.
Your neighbor called us and they said there's a problem. What's going on? I don't want to talk. Whoa, we're just having a conversation. I'm not. Whoa, not so fast, man.
Can you slam the door on the officer's foot? Maybe, but you're probably going to be charged with an assault and battery on a law enforcement officer. There are two conflicting cases in Virginia that cover this exact scenario. In one case, back in 2000, Mr. Barnes was fleeing a warrantless arrest from the police when he ran into his home, closed the door on the officer's foot, and basically fought back, trying to keep from being arrested. The court ruled that he was allowed to resist what was an unlawful arrest with reasonable force, and by simply trying to close his own door on the police, that was using reasonable force to repel the unlawful arrest. But even in that case, the court admonished Mr. Barnes that his behavior was unacceptable, inappropriate, and he caused himself all sorts of pain and havoc by having to be charged and going through this process to defend his good name. Simply, the court said he shouldn't have done what he did. What if you do slam the door on the police?
I said I'm not talking. Ow! I'm charging you with assault and battery on law enforcement.
Unfortunately, there's another case from 2020 that says that it might be an assault and battery on a law enforcement officer if you slam the door on their foot. In that case, Ms. Carter argued that she was allowed to expel a trespasser from her home, the police, by trying to slam the door on him and then also fighting him off her when he was trying to arrest her. The court in the Carter case ruled that the police could lawfully detain her and that she did not actually tell him to leave her property before she allegedly was trying to eject the police as a trespasser. In other words, unless you want to fight off an assault and battery charge on a police officer, you shouldn't slam the door on the police officer's foot. Well, what should you do instead?
I don't want to talk. Whoa, we're just having a conversation. I'm not. I just want to ask you some questions. Officer, please leave. I invoke the Fifth Amendment.
That's the proper response. Don't get physical, invoke your right to remain silent, and simply disengage by backing away from the door inside your home. Now, you've placed the burden on the officer to decide if he's going to actually come fully into your home to come get you. He might do that, but at that point he's got to justify the warrantless entry into your home. If he has some kind of exception to the warrant requirement, the court might rule that it's a justified entry into your home. However, it's going to be the burden of the officer and the prosecution to prove that they did things by the book. And at this point, you wouldn't have to fight off an assault and battery on a law enforcement charge. Let's see an even better approach to how you could handle the police at the door.
I'm not going to the door for the police.
Smart guy. He's got a video camera system that shows him who's at the door. And if there's a police officer there who he didn't call and he doesn't want to talk to, he's not even going to go to the door at all. Now the police don't know if you're even home or not, and you've avoided the entire confrontation with the police and taken yourself out of that difficult situation. So remember, if the police are coming to your door and you didn't call them and you don't have any business with them, you don't even have to go to the door in the first place. What if the police have a warrant?
Police, we have a warrant.
This changes the situation. If the police have a search warrant for your home, they're going to be able to come in whether you let them in or not. And if they have an arrest warrant and reason to believe that the person named in the warrant is inside the home at the time, they also can likely come in. If the police say that they have a warrant, ask to see it. If they do have a warrant, your best course of action is to stand aside and let them execute the warrant. Remember that a warrant may entitle them to come in, it may entitle them to search, it may entitle them to arrest someone in the home, maybe even you, but it does not compel anyone to speak. Remain silent even if the police say they have a warrant. Now's a good time to get on the phone to your local criminal defense attorney and let them know what's going on. For more tips on how to handle the police at the door, check out my next video. I'll see you over there. And be sure to subscribe for a new video every other Tuesday. And remember, don't talk to the police.